just another work day at the lab. And after working a 14-hour day and bringing home a nanoscopic $122.96, after Uncle Sam gets his cut, it dawned on me that 20 whole years of my life had gone by. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Look at me, throwing away my precious life when I should have been aiming for the stars. Rich people don't trade their time for money. It's time to wake up and do this. One time for your mind.
Welcome to another edition of One Time for Your Mind. I'm your host, the Anonymous Shadow Guy. This episode is sponsored by Mama Sugar Shack. Today's episode is mathematics. We're going to not digress, but invest some time in exploring the building blocks of everything we see and go through. We're going to use mathematics to explain and keep simple how things are being used. Mathematics is a language beyond numbers. Numbers are, if we just use numbers, it's arithmetic. If we're using the whole thing, the language, the numbers, the octaves, pitch, tone, the sound, vibrations, then we talk about mathematics. In mathematics, the numbers range from 0 to 9, and then they repeat themselves from whichever sequences at the level in which you count them. The first number, the 0, the most important. Though in school you're taught that 0 means nothing, but I'm quite sure all of you who have bank accounts would like to have them zeros at the end of your bank account. And if the 0 means nothing, why do you want it at the end of your bank account? Because the 0 is everything. You can get it. The only way you can get all single digits is with the 0. It takes the 0 to go from tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, billions, trillions, zillions, quintillions, sextillions, and so forth. You can't get to this without the 0. The 0 starts the scale and it ends the scale. The 0 is the 360-degree circle or symbol. It represents completion, neither a beginning nor an ending. is continuous. And within that continuation, there is no stutter, there is no break off. It's all one. In that oneness, everything gets done. When we segment the numbers, separate the numbers, now we get into problems. One coming out of the zero is the zero turned sideways. You turn the zero sideways, you just see the bar or the outer perimeter. The one represents expression. That expression is that whole thing finally showing itself. But in showing itself, it has to have someone or something to show itself to. So it requires another. This is the two. The one is the knowledge. You know you're doing this. But in order to understand that what you're doing is necessary, you need a partner or someone that can objectively and truthfully give you feedback about it. You don't need the yes man or the yes woman. You don't need the idiot to sit there and say, I don't understand what you're saying, and then when you say, well, what was I saying? You can't really get an explanation. The two is the wisdom, the ability to apply the knowledge that you have. But in applying the knowledge, application produces something. So if you take a knowledge and a wisdom and you put it to work, it produces an understanding. Now you know how it works, why you even started to do it in the first place. Once you set that perimeter of a knowledge of knowing, a wisdom, now you have an understanding. That understanding is the criteria for you to have a way of doing it particular. That's your culture. Your culture is the way in which you do what you do. Once the culture or the way of doing it is established, you consistently do this way, and you will always get this same result. If you do it the same way, you understand it to be done. If you digress, or add to and or take away from, you've done something else. So don't expect to get the same result. You only get the same result when you do it the same way, which means you have to have the same conditions. You have to have the same thought process. So now we're going to back up for a second. The first thought or the first idea in the universe was a thought that was projected from a mind. The mind or man had always existed. That first thought that was propelled or thought about produced the first law of the universe. The first law of the universe is motion. Once an idea is thought about, it's put into motion or put into activity. That motion means that it's covering a distance. It's taking place. Now time is being involved. When you propel that thought travels, because mathematics calculates all things. So that thought is traveling at a terrific rate of speed of 24 billion miles per second. There is not a computer or anything in this universe of existence that travels at that speed. While traveling at that speed, that motion starts to produce an energy that causes the anatomic structure to become heated up. It's creating a heat while it's in this motion. It's not stopping to do this, create this heat. All of this is a continuous process. This is one thing taking place, but it's broke down in segments so that you can understand the structure of whatever it is you're doing. Everything in life is based on these principles. When that heat is produced, that heat itself, after a moment, it becomes light. It shines. It gives you the ability to see the idea that you didn't see, but you knew within your mind at that time. So we're talking about going from the unseen to the seen, making something non-tangible tangible. Once this takes place, that heat, which becomes a light, which is known in the universe of science of physics as the Big Bang Theory. The light was always there, but it took the idea to be put into motion. In the religious world, it says that when the Creator wanted to make himself known, because he existed by himself, independent of everything, of all of his creation, that he wanted to include all of this. This is the only way you can be a good leader, a good teacher, is if in your makeup or your ideas, you include that which you want to be a part of it. You can't keep it separate. You gotta include it. And once you include it, you have to set parameters. You needed to know you. But do you want to know you fully? Do you want to know you partially? Do you want to know the part you wanted to know and not know the other? So the atom that's traveling out of triple darkness, the triple darkness was the thought, which is the motion, the heat and the light. The thought, the motion, the heat and the light produces time. People say, well, I don't have time to do this, I don't have time to do that. The question becomes, what causes time to come into existence? We know all about the computers, we can work the computers, we can put wigs on, put eyelashes on, we can do all these things. But now we're going to get to the simple question is, what causes time to be? Time is caused when one object moves towards another. So you have your idea moving towards the fulfillment of itself, making itself known. This is time. But there's never been a time when man did not exist. Before the idea, you was here. The only way you can have the idea is if you was here already. So now that you're here and you know you're here, you begin to think about it. And in your thinking process, time is calculated. But you was always here. This is what is meant by the knowledge of God. Knowing why, when, where, and how things took place. Once you know when, where, why, and how things took place, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the culture, now you have the power to make it come into being. You can say, okay, well, I want this place here. What does it require to have this place here? One, knowledge of what it is you want. You have to know what you want before you want it. Once you know what you want, you gotta understand why you want it. And in understanding why you want it, you go into what it takes to get it. And then you go after it. All that 1, 2, 3, 4, going after it and acquiring it based upon the time that you have started in motion gives you a set method of how to go after anything else. This is the way of culture. This is your way of being. You always know if you want something, you gotta first think about it. You gotta play with it in your head, put it in motion, then if you can see it coming to fruition, and the image stays in your mind long enough, you know that it can be grabbed. These are principles that all rich people use, all manipulators use. None of us can escape the basic natural principle of existence. Some people study all their life and never find out. They just let around. But once you know who's doing the leading, why they're leading, what it requires to lead, then you can be the leader. But you can't be the leader without knowing the inside workings. Because without knowing the inside workings, when a problem arises, you don't know how to confront the problem. So now you begin to become one of the people, oh man, the hell with that shit ain't gonna work anymore. Not knowing that all you had to do is back up, retrace your step, and see in those steps where you missed a step in. And then take that step. We have to be original. Original meaning you have to do what was done. If you add to or take away, you become what's known as an innovator. An innovator is an individual who's hated and despised more than a hypocrite. Because you knew the truth and took the truth and flipped it for your own gain and benefit. You didn't put it out there so that the people could get it. You could deny it if you choose to, but I've given it to you. You said, the hell with that nigga, he don't need to know shit. Let me just keep this nigga on this string. Your name is Billy Goat. I'm Geppetto, you're Pinocchio. But the people had to realize that Pinocchio woke the fuck up and got off those strings. Once you have that culture, that way of doing something, now you have power. With that power, you can empower others. But without the power, you can't empower them. You can only be a figurehead. But you want to be more than a figurehead, because figureheads are looked at and then stepped upon. Because they figure if he could do it, I could do it. But if you're not doing it the way he did it, you're not going to get the same result. So each one has to use the same protocol that his predecessor uses if he wants to be successful in that particular area. Once you have that success, now you know what it requires to be you. Thank you for listening. I'm your host, the Anonymous Shadow Guy. One time for your mind.
I hope you've enjoyed this beautiful episode of Season 3.
One time.
One time for your mind.
One time.
Prepare to be enlightened.